Mental status exam language, how to observe, describe, and document. In mental health assessment, how you describe what you observe is just as important as what the patient tells you. Mental status exam language allows nurses to clearly communicate clinical observations using professional, standardized terminology. In this video, you will learn how to recognize and document appearance, speech, mood, affect, thought process, thought content, judgment, and insight during your role play assessments. The terminology covered here reflects real psychiatric documentation and can also be found in Appendix J of your course syllabus. Appearance describes the nurse's observation of the patient's physical presentation at the time of assessment, including clothing, grooming, hygiene, posture, and overall presentation. Appearance can provide important information about a patient's functional health patterns. A patient who is well groomed, appropriately dressed, and dressed for the season may demonstrate intact self-care, energy, and organization. In contrast, a patient who appears disheveled, unkempt, or poorly groomed may be experiencing difficulties with activities of daily living, motivation, mood, cognition, or access to resources. Other abnormal findings may include exaggerated makeup, flamboyant or brightly colored clothing, unusual accessories, or dressing in a provocative or inappropriate manner for the setting or weather. When documenting appearance, focus on objective observations and describe how the presentation may reflect functional status rather than making assumptions or value judgments. Speech describes how a patient communicates. Speech may be coherent, meaning clear and easily understood, or incoherent, meaning disorganized, confusing, or senseless. Some patients may be loud, hyperverbal, pressured, or rapid in their speech, while others may be monotonic, hypoverbal, mumbling, or mute. You may observe echolalia, where the patient repeats words spoken by others, or word salad, where speech is completely disorganized and meaningless. Another abnormal speech pattern is clanging, in which the sound of words governs speech rather than meaning. In clanging, words are linked by rhyming or similar sounds instead of logical connection. For example, a patient might say, "The cat in the hat sat on the mat, flat, splat." When documenting speech, focus on rate, volume, fluency, clarity, and organization. Mood reflects the patient's internal emotional state and should be documented using the patient's own words whenever possible. A patient may report feeling euthymic, depressed, anxious, irritable, angry, fearful, or elevated. Some patients describe dysphoria, anhedonia, hostility, or apathy. Mood is subjective and based on what the patient says they feel, not what the nurse observes. Always ask the patient how they are feeling and document their response accurately. Affect is the nurse's observation of the patient's emotional expression. Affect may be broad, pleasant, bright, or elated. It may also be flat, blunted, constricted, tearful, anxious, angry, irritable, or labile, meaning rapidly changing. Assess whether affect is congruent with the patient's mood and thought content. For example, smiling while describing a traumatic event may indicate incongruent affect. Affect is based on facial expression, eye contact, tone, and emotional responsiveness. Thought process describes how thoughts are organized and connected. Thought processes may be logical, goal-directed, and rational. Disruptions in thought process include tangential thinking, circumstantial thinking, loose associations, flight of ideas, and thought blocking. Other patterns include racing thoughts, rumination, confabulation, or neologisms, which are made-up words with personal meaning. When documenting thought process, focus on how ideas flow rather than what the ideas are. Thought content refers to what the patient is thinking about. Thought content may be clear and reality-based or may include phobias, illusions, hallucinations, or delusions. Hallucinations may be auditory, visual, tactile, gustatory, or olfactory, including command hallucinations. Delusions may be grandiose, paranoid, or religious in nature. When abnormal thought content is present, documentation must include specific details and direct patient quotes to support the findings. Judgment reflects the patient's ability to make sound, reality-based decisions. Judgment may be intact, impaired, or poor, particularly in the presence of intoxication, psychosis, or severe mood symptoms. Insight reflects the patient's understanding of their illness, need for treatment, and coping strategies. Insight may be good, fair, poor, or absent. Any impaired or poor judgment or insight must be supported with specific examples or patient statements. Assessment of safety is a critical component of the mental status exam. When a patient endorses suicidal ideation, self-harm behaviors, homicidal thoughts, or violent ideation, documentation must include direct patient quotes and specific details. This includes intent, plan, means, context, and level of risk. Accurate documentation supports clinical decision-making and patient safety. Using accurate mental status exam terminology requires careful observation, active listening, and clinical reasoning. During role-play assessments, use this language to guide your questioning and documentation. Focus on describing what you hear and observe rather than interpreting or labeling. This terminology is used throughout professional psychiatric practice and can be referenced in Appendix J of your course syllabus. Remember to observe carefully, use professional mental health terminology, support abnormal findings with examples or direct patient quotes, and reference Appendix J when needed. These skills will strengthen your assessments and prepare you for clinical practice.